According to the calendar, it is now fall, and this is my favorite time of the year. So I thought it'd be a perfect time in order to do a top 10 of my favorite fall games or games to play during the fall. So my number 10 is a game that I actually don't own, and I've only played it once. Its inclusion is more because I had a hard time coming up with 10 games that kind of fit the fall theme that I was looking for. That game is Bosque. It is from Floodgate Games. This game came out in 2019. This features like an area control, hand management type of system where you are going to be placing your little trees in lines and rows. It's got really cool artwork, and the fact that it's, you know, the trees kind of have that fallish color is why it made it on my list. My number 9 game is Harvest. This is from Tasty Minstrel, and this came out in 2017. This is set in the same universe as the other Trey Chambers games, kind of a alternate fantasy type of thing. But because you are planting and harvesting crops, I thought this would be a great game to break out in the fall. And that's exactly when I do get that to the table more often than not. It's a really cool little game. You got these neat little guys that look like the same guys from Scoville, and you're going to be placing those out. You're going to be playing through different rounds and such. But love the artwork on this, love the interaction, like the theme. So number 9 is Harvest. My number 8 game is Arboretum. This is from Renegade Game Studios, and this came out in 2015. This is a tableau building game, and it's about trees. You're going to be arranging your trees in different lines. Basically, you're creating paths between the different species of trees. Now, the interesting thing about this is every player has their own discard pile, and when you are drawing cards, you can either draw off the deck or you can draw from other players' discard piles. So that's kind of an interesting mechanic that I'm not really seen in other games. The game itself is fun to play. My family doesn't seem to think so, so I end up playing this with my friends. But again, love the artwork on this, so Arboretum. My number 7 game is a game that you can actually play any time of the year. However, for some particular reason, I seem to be playing that more in the fall, and that is Seasons from MacLeod. This is a game that came out in 2012, so it's a fairly older game, 10 years old, but this has really cool chunky dice. You are going to be building a tableau out of different cards that you're going to be getting. You're going to get those through certain eras. It plays over 3 rounds. You are going to be progressing through all the different seasons, spring, summer, fall, and winter. And really good artwork on this. The whole dice thing that you're going to be rolling those, and then you're going to be drafting those. And that's going to be what determines what resources that you get, and the resources are going to be what cards you can play in your tableau. It's a lot of fun. This is a game I actually learned from playing on Board Game Arena years ago, but it's one that I still really enjoy playing the physical copy of. So, Seasons. My number 6 game is New England. This is from Uberplay, and this came out in 2003. So this is the oldest game on my list. This is a tile laying game. It's an okay game for most people. I like it because of the theme. You've got pilgrims. It definitely has a very strong fall theme to it. You're going to be doing bidding, auction type of thing as far as where you're going to be going in turn order, what tiles you're going to be getting, and that sort of thing. This one is one of those that I think that I like it more because of the theme than probably the gameplay, but I think the gameplay is interesting and it's fun for me, so check it out. My number 5 game is Oktoberfest. Now, this is from Rio Grande Games, and it came out in 2017. This is an interesting game because You have a closed economy in this, and so you're going to be bidding on what beer you get to supply to tents during Oktoberfest. Um, the rules and the teach are kind of a little more complicated than it probably needs to be, but I find it a very entertaining game. And it's also a great game that goes along with one of my favorite comedies, and that is Beer Fest. So if you kind of like that and you're looking for a game that centers around, the big Oktoberfest, Oktoberfest is your game. My number 4 game is Indian Summer from Stronghold Games. This came out in 2017. You are going to have little Tetris pieces and you're going to be arranging those on your board. You want to try to close off certain things. Essentially, that is like the canopy of forest. And you've got all different kinds of leaves. You've got some forest animals in there. Again, very vibrant colors, very strong fall theme. So that may be one that you might want to check out. It's also in kind of the same series as a Summer Meadow, or is it Spring Meadow? There's a few of those. But I chose Indian Summer because I like the fall theme. My number 3 game is Dice Settlers. Now, this is from NSKN Board and Dice. This game came out in 2018. It features area control and bag building with dice. And the dice are really cool looking. They have like pilgrim hats, they have pumpkins, different things that you're going to be getting. This game is a lot of take that. So if you don't like a lot of take that in the game, you might not like that. But if you do, I think you'll really enjoy this. You're going to be placing little tents on little hexagons. You're going to be basically kind of building out the board as you go. Again, I like this because of the artwork, the theme, and I have the upgraded components. So you have little, not the little wooden tokens, but I have like the little pumpkins and wood and all that. I think they're from Meeple Source, something like that. But they were with the Kickstarter. But really enjoy what this game has to offer. I like the bag building. And again, like I said, it's got a kind of a pumpkin-y fall, pilgrim kind of vibe to it. So that's why I like it so much. My number 2 game is another game that really features dice, and that is Discoveries, the Journals of Lewis and Clark. This is from publisher Ludenaut, came out in 2015. This is using dice as a worker placement. You've got a board that you're going to be placing dice that you roll, and based on the face of the dice, those are going to be what determines where you can place those on your board. Ultimately, you're going to be trying to basically go on these little journeys, either through like mountains or rivers. You're going to have cards that you're going to be trying to complete for points. The nice thing about the dice is sometimes you have to discard the dice to the game board, and the game board is divided into a right and a left half, divided by a river. You can take dice back from either side of the river, or other players can take your dice if they are in the middle, and you can take your dice back before they have a chance to use them. So very interesting mechanic. This is the one, sadly, that does not get to the table that often, but I really enjoy the gameplay a lot, and I am striving to get this played a lot more, teach it to more people. For me, it's a lot of fun, and one that I want to basically expand my plays of. And that is Discoveries, the Journals of Lewis and Clark. So we're at my number 1 game, and this is a game that I play a lot of during the fall. In fact, this is a game that I taught Megan a couple of years ago, and I was grateful that she enjoyed it too. This is a game that I used to take to lunch with my work lunch group all the time in the fall. I break it out, I play it a ton, and that is New Haven from R&R Games. Now, this game came out in 2013. It is a tile laying game where you have a main board and you are going to be placing tiles that have like wheat and sheep and stone, You've got 4 resources that you are going to basically be able to use on your turn. You're going to be keeping track of how many of those resources are available, and you're going to be using those in order to place little tokens on your game board when you're going to try to arrange those by different types in either rows or columns. You're going to get points for those, and any of the resources that are left over are going to be able to be used by the other players still during your turn, and it's going to go clockwise. You want them to be able to use all of the resources up, because that is going to determine how many new tokens that you're going to be able to get. It's a very easy game to play. The artwork on this is incredible, and that's really what drew me to New Haven to begin with, and why I love playing it so much. Yeah, the gameplay is abstract, but just looking at the board is it just looks stunning. And this is one that I try to introduce to new players all the time. I know some of my friends don't think this is all that great of a game, but it's a very relaxing game. You're just kind of chilling. You know, it's not a lot of heavy thought involved, because you can't really plan too much ahead because the board state is always changing. But I really enjoy it. It's very relaxing. Like I said, I love to look at it, love to play it a lot, and that is New Haven. So that is my top 10 games that I want to play during the fall. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite fall theme games are, and we will catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching our video. We hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, click that like and subscribe button. You can also follow us on social media like Facebook
and Twitter at DadBeDaughter.
And if you like what we do and you want to support us, you can visit our Patreon page. So thanks for watching.
Thanks.